So I've been thinking today about why there is a marked difference between men and women as regards their achievements in the world and their wealth and their status in some regards, and also the amount of skills they develop in various fields. Men in general tend to be more highly skilled. So if we look at the jobs or the fields where deep knowledge is required of certain subjects or activities, men tend to be more proficient than women in many areas. And in terms of absolute wealth, men definitely far exceed the number of women as regards millionaires and billionaires and whatever. And what I'm wondering is why this is the case. Because I'm thinking that I don't believe that biological differences between men and women explain why there's such a difference in the achievements of men and women. It's not just wealth, it's also achievements in various technical areas. Men tend to be more advanced and more knowledgeable and more experts in many areas of study and knowledge of the world, basically. I think there is an explanation for this, and it is probably down to motivation more than biology. In other words, men achieve more in the world financially and in terms of influence and knowledge and expertise. They achieve more because of motivation rather than absolute ability. So it would be easy to say, well, men achieve more and become experts more often because they're men and it's the way they're constructed. But I don't think it's like that. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it is motivation is the key. Interest and motivation is what propels men to the front. It's what makes men more prominent in many areas of work. It makes men more wealthy, and it makes men achieve more, basically, because they're motivated to achieve more. I think it comes down to a basic fact that women produce children, and so women have inestimable value, and they've already proven their worth by being female. And they have this phenomenal ability to produce children, to manufacture human beings. And men are in a different position in that they need to compete and prove themselves as being worthy to mate with. So men have a pressure and an incentive to prove themselves, and it gives them more urgency in the way they live their lives. So I'm thinking for now that this does seem to explain why men achieve more than women in many areas of work, many fields of endeavour. As businessmen, as inventors, as authors, as film directors, the list goes on of roles, the jobs that men have in the world, and men tend to dominate various fields. And I was wondering why this was the case, because I don't think it's down to intellect. I don't think there's any fundamental difference between men and women as regards intellect. So I think that motivation is the key difference between men and women. Men want to achieve more, and in a sense, men have to achieve more because men want to impress women and demonstrate their worth, whereas women have already demonstrated their worth by being female and being able to produce children. So men are in a position where they need to demonstrate their worth, whereas women can relax more as regards demonstrating worth. I think it's interesting, and I think it is the principal explanation as to why men achieve much more in the world in various fields of endeavour. It just seems to be the case that men want to achieve more than women do. Women can relax more. They're not motivated in the same way as men to achieve in business or as authors. There just isn't the desire to achieve because in a sense, there's no point to achievement. Men will seek out women regardless of what the woman has achieved. The mere fact of that she's a woman is the prize, if you like. It is what men desire. When a woman looks at a man, on the other hand, there is more of a case that women look for what the man has or what the man can do to help her in life and to support any child. When a man looks at a woman, he's far more interested in her motherhood than he is in her business acumen. He is far more interested in what she is rather than what she can do or what she has. And on the other hand, conversely, when a woman looks at a man, she is more interested in what he has and what he can do for her. And I suppose what he knows as well. So there is pressure on a man to prove himself and demonstrate to a woman why he is a good man to be a partner with. Why is he a good man to be a father? A woman has far less pressure on her to show anything, to demonstrate anything. She is a woman, so she can bear children. That is what counts. I think it's interesting, and this does explain why men achieve so much more in many fields of endeavour than women. It's because in a sense they have to and they need to achieve. And women don't have this pressure, this desire.